Hey guys, all fusion is complete. This is the time for you to relax and gather resources again before a new event is coming up. Or so you thought. You log into Raid today and you find a lot of events that you don't know which you should focus on and which you should not, even touch. In this video, we'll talk about that. Alright, this is all my personal opinion. It might be different for early game, mid game, or end game players. For early game, you might not even want to listen to any of this because all you want to focus on is getting your first 6-star, getting your Minotaur grind on, getting those first artifacts from the dragon, and building a team that can actually beat other parts of the game. So that's your focus, especially the clan boss. That's your number one focus. So that's not for you. Mid-game players and end-game players are the ones who usually need to prepare for fusion events that are coming up. So do you have a lot of resources right here after a fusion? No, it's all empty and blank because you spent all your energy on the events that was running during the fusion. So the question now is, should you be saving up a lot of energy? Should you be saving up a lot of gem preparing for the next fusion, or should you spend all this towards these mediocre events and tournaments that are going on right now? Personally, my priorities are champion training because I am trying to improve my clan boss damage, and second priority is also I have a lot of champions that need to run through the Mino, and because of the fusion, we've not actually had time to run our champions through Minotaur grind, and we know we don't buy the scrolls with gems. We always run them overnight. So champion training is a priority for me because it has an legendary skill tome and it also has 1 day left to complete. So this is number one priority for me. If you cannot complete it, or if you've not been doing it throughout the 4 days it has been running, you might just want to get the 2 energy listed here and you're done with it. A tip I will give you guys for running champion training right now, it's not to actually level up 6-star characters, although that might help you for CVC. Is to level up champions to 40 and 50 while at the same time keeping them for the next fusion event that is coming up, right? So if you have a lot of 5 stars ready to go into a 6-star, or a lot of 4 stars ready to go into 5-star levels, that helps you a lot in the next event that is coming up. So right now, that's what I'm doing, just leveling up food, getting them ready to push to 5 and 6. I'm not actually changing anything to 6-star. The Ice Golem tournament that is going on right now is the next thing I will focus on after I finish my champion training event and get my legendary skill tome. You might want to complete your personal best here and get the epic skill tome, but I will personally push for one of these 5 ancient shards. That is how you build up your ancient shard resources to get to a point where the next event will have you at over 100 or 130 ancient shards, because you don't miss out on an opportunity to get an ancient shard, never, as a free to play. So it's gonna spend some resources here, but most of these guys will not push for the top prize. So once you're at the top 5 position, I don't care about this other what's they call it, this what's the name of this artifact you get when you win the top prize. I have a lot of them because I've won a lot of events like this. Relentless sets, that's the name. I am not trying to push and get the 6-star relentless set, though this is a very good way to get it if you've not had a lot of them. I have a lot of them and I don't need more relentless sets. So I just want to focus on the ancient shard. That will be my goal for pushing to the top 2nd, 3rd, or 4th or 5th positions in this event. So that is one of the ways I get a lot of ancient, so I can do shard opening events when there is a 2x. Now let's talk about the Fire Knight. It says Gaellen Pack Alliance. That is the only way you will get scores on this Fire Knight board. Let me wait for it to load up. So if you have champions from the Ogryn tribe, Lizardmen, Skinwalkers, and Orcs, you might have a chance to get this Void Shard. this is also a perfect opportunity for you to get 2 times an ancient shard. So not a lot of people will push for this because they don't have the champions to push for this event. So personally, I wouldn't advise you to touch it. I wouldn't advise you to build champions just because of this event. But if you do have the champions that can run Fire Knight 13, 14, 15, you could easily win this if you spend some gems or some energy on it. Fine, you might not get up to 2,000 points to get the 4-star chicken. Somebody might even beat you and get the top prize, but hey, at least you might get an ancient shard from it. So after I'm done with the ice golem I can complete it in 1 day. Then I might start pushing for this. It won't be too late because I know a lot of people who will not push for this event. It's kind of a difficult one. Endgame players have all the champions built already for Fire Knight. So, for faction wars, so they might have the champions to use. Now let's take a look at some of the champions you might run who are from this Gaellen Pact that we're talking about. The best place to get these points, of course, is Fire Knight 20. And if we do look at the Gaellen Pact, I'm talking about Razin, where is Gaellen Pact, who else? I'm just picking a random champions that I know are from the Gaellen Pact. Duke the Pierce, if you haven't built. So I'm saying Organ tribes. Let's even look at the index so we understand what we mean by the Gaellen Pact. It's a difficult team to build, but if you already have them built, it might be easy for you. Let's take a look at the index. That's the best way to see them. All right. Oh, I forgot about my beacon. So it's Fire Knight 20. You might need a lot of hitters who do 3 hits to the boss so the shield can come down, else you'll be there forever chipping away at his health while he keep healing himself up. That would be a difficult one to do. So Bigon is a good choice for me because of his turn meter control. But what I don't like about is when it does the turn meter when the boss shield is up, then it doesn't have it when the shield is down. So Skull Crusher is an excellent choice because he places heal reduction. If you already have your Skull Crusher built for clan boss, you might not have in any accuracy, so he might not be able to place the heal reduction on the boss. It's 50% heal reduction, not 100%, but at least the boss will not be healing for all his health back when he takes a turn. So Skull Crusher is a good choice. You might want to take away his defense banner and maybe put accuracy banner on him just because of this event, so he can place that. So another person, Man Eater, is an excellent choice because he has 100% turn meter depletion ability, fully depletes the turn meter. So he is already built in a lot of your teams for clan boss and unkillable teams, so he might just do well right here and get you through the waves. And talking about the waves, the number one person we use for wave control is Bellower. So he also brings a decrease defense, the small version, and some stun so you don't die during the waves. So but if you have a Man Eater and a Skull Crusher on your team, I don't think you're gonna die, especially when Bellower is also doing his thing. There are not a lot of champions you can use, so it's not a fast battle by any means. It's one of those runs where you can just start it and make sure they don't die and leave it overnight and wake up in the morning and see that you already have the points completed. For the lizard men, all I know is that Razin. The other champions, you can see I don't have them, so I don't have much knowledge of their abilities, but his 3 hitter will do a lot because he's also a force affinity, so he'll do well for Fire Knight 20. There are some revives you can choose between Aox or Broadmoor. Some people will keep you alive in the fight. I don't see any rares here that can help with that. What other faction are we looking at? Skinwalkers. I don't have any legendaries for the Skinwalkers, but I can think of Brachus with his multi-hit ability for that can take the shield down fast. And who else? I don't see any. First for the assist, also Steel Skull also for assist if you need it, but this is a negative affinity. Steel Skull is negative affinity to that boss. For the waves, Gnarlhorn and Grey Beard are two options that you can choose. Remember, you don't really need to run Fire Knight 20 for this. Like I said, you can run from 16, 13 and so on if others are ignoring the event in your tournament group. Iron Brago is also a choice, but he cannot use it on Fire Knight 20 because it's negative affinity, and he'll do well for the waves but doesn't really do much for the boss because he's just single hitter. Duke de Pierce brings a big version of decreased defense, so he'll be a number one choice for a lot of people who will be running this event because he'll drop the defense of the boss and also the waves so you can take them down faster. He brings a 2-hitter also and some provoke and reflect damage, which is huge for the boss when the boss takes a turn. Seer is the number one for a lot of endgame players. I don't have a Seer, so endgame players will be running this with a Seer, and some champions who can place a lot of buffs for Seer to just hit it. Sandlight Survivor is awesome for the waves, but she doesn't bring much to the boss. She just have a 2-hitter and also not ideal for Fire Knight 20. So the options are kind of limited. Zagala, awesome decreased defense. I have her, but I don't build her up yet. So if you have the champions for this, fine. The last one, okay, we're already seeing the Ox, right? Yeah, that's all you have to run. Gaellen Pack. Personally, I'll be running my Biggin. I know I will not be able to beat the Fire Knight 20 for this, and it's not a priority for me, but that's just an option. Let me see which team I can put together for this battle. I'm going to be looking at Razen, Skull Crusher. If I had my Duke de Pierce built, and I might put him in, but right now I don't have him fully built, and I'm still working on his masteries right now, so he can't join my team. So that my Man Eater is also not built. So you see the reason why I'm saying I might not be going for this, except nobody is doing it. Then my Biggin can just go and hit Fire Knight 13 or whatever and get some points in, and maybe get the Ancient Shard or the top Void Shard, but I don't think that will be possible. I don't have the chance for this, but if you do, now you know what to do and how to go about getting the little points you need to win the events, hoping that your tournament group ignores the event. But if you see somebody pushing for all the 5 position, bro, just forget about this event, because the artifact you're getting from this event is the crit damage artifact, which is kind of not really important, if I may say, except your end game. This is the artifact, so except your end game you might not really need this for much. So this is not high priority, but for end game players this is high priority, as high as what's this set now? Savage. So Savage is usually run with a crit damage set. So if your champion is going to deal a lot of damage, Savage and crit damage set are 2 you commonly find on them, for nukers especially. So they can hit those 300% crit damage numbers that you can see in some videos. So that's all I wanted to inform you guys of this video. Make the right choices, save up your resources. If you know the next fusion will be difficult for you, I will not be saving resources. I'll be spending all this energy and maybe about 1,000 gems on these events that you can see right now, just to get the ancient shards and get the epic and legendary skill tomes that are available right now. And before a week to the event, because we still need like 2 weeks before the next fusion, we do have about 2 weeks, I think. So there is still a lot of time to gather some more resources before the next fusion comes around. Don't be afraid to spend them. Don't be afraid to play the game, or if you want to relax, go ahead and do so. That's all I had for you in this video. Hope you enjoy. Like and subscribe maybe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bricks 5 days out. Bye.